I'm Brandy Beazley, and I am a public health nurse and nurse educator in Oakland, California. I have worked with individuals and communities dealing with chronic illnesses such as asthma, emphysema, and heart disease, which can be related to the quality of the air in their communities. So I am very excited here to have Cool the Earth with us. This is a nonprofit focused on helping speed the transition to clean transportation, which in turn means cleaner air. And I get to welcome Carleen Cullen, Executive Director and founder of Cool the Earth. And let's get the conversation started. Welcome, Carleen.
Hi, Brandy. Thanks so much. It's really great to meet you. And first of all, thanks for your work in community health, and it's such an important issue. And our focus is on how we have cleaner air and how we reduce carbon emissions. And clean transportation is just absolutely essential. It's the single largest source of carbon emissions. When we drive our cars, that's when we burn the most gasoline and pollute the air and really advance climate change. So being able to move to electric vehicles is a really exciting opportunity.
Thank you. Yes, I'm happy to be getting this conversation going. And let's start off with you. You've been in the news. Cool the Earth has been in the news. So I want to hear much more about that.
Great. Yeah. So I started this nonprofit in 2007 and have been working to help individuals and families reduce their carbon footprint through a number of different ways, anything from switching to a reusable water bottle to turning down the air conditioning and things like that. And in 2019, I started this collaboration called Ride and Drive Clean. It's a nonprofit collaboration. We have over 100 cities and nonprofits, some health agencies who are all working together to help people move from a gas car to an electric vehicle. But along the way, we found that some people we had helped go electric were telling us that they were having some problems at the public charging infrastructure, so charging their car out of the house. And we wanted to investigate that. So we did a study with UC Berkeley, and happy to share the results of that.
Right. Yeah, that's a real, can be a game changer or be a pivotal kind of make or break decision for some people that, they want to be secure in knowing that when they go to the charging station, that they're going to be able to charge their vehicle. So can you share with us some of the problems that these consumers and individuals have been reporting?
Sure. So first of all, most people charge at home. And so electric vehicles are really ready for them now. But we found that about a quarter of the stations had some issues, such as a broken plug or the screen was not responsive, things like that. So there are issues that can be addressed. And we wanted to make sure that as an industry, we're all working towards having the experience of charging on the road really the same as plugging in at a gas station and filling up your tank. It needs to be that easy. So that was our findings, and we're confident now that the industry as a whole can make some improvements to really meet the drivers' expectations.
It's good to hear that they sound like problems that can be, fixed with the attention that needs to be put towards them. It's not like, there's just things that are completely collapsing. It's just some small fixes that can be worked out. So I'd be interested to hear in just kind of what your kind of dream or ideal future looks like moving forward, taking your magic wand and just passing it over and everything being the way that you envision it.
Yeah. So, Brandy, I've always wanted a magic wand. And one of the things that's happening right now is that the bipartisan infrastructure law that President Biden led and Congress approved, the money is coming into the system to help really boost this industry, to get a lot more charging stations on the ground, and also to make sure that they're reliable and meet consumer expectations. So that's about $7.5 billion. And the Biden administration is looking to put in 500,000 new charging stations. So it's really exciting. And one of the things they're looking at is along highways, but also in our communities, which is also really important. So at that point, I also want to mention that Governor Newsom in California, where we both live, has really been a strong leader in this. And California has the highest density of charging stations, as well as the highest number of electric vehicles. So they are also investing a lot more in building out this infrastructure. And just last week, it was really exciting news that private industry is also now investing in this. So we really need government to help boost this and get this off the ground. But with private investment, we know that this market is really going to take off in a big way, and that we're looking forward to getting more drivers out on the road.
That is so great. It's the same in healthcare. The private industry follows. Once they see that the government is putting the energy and investment into it, then the private sector tends to follow. And the last thing you said was about getting more drivers on the road, which is so important, more electric vehicle drivers. So what comes to mind for me is people who are maybe lower income, or even people who are middle income. The cost of an electric vehicle can just seem overwhelming, but there are these families who do want to make a change, who do want to do their part to, make transportation cleaner. So what can those families do or individuals do?
Sure. So there's a lot of options. And the first thing I say to people is, if an electric vehicle is not feasible right now from your family's budget perspective, to just continue driving your car and make your next car electric. Electric vehicles are, in many cases, the same cost as a gas vehicle when you incorporate the savings that you have in electricity. It's a lot cheaper than gasoline. So if you pay about, let's say, $4 or even $6 at the pump now, you can get electricity for about $1 per gallon equivalent. So that's really huge. There's also almost no maintenance on these vehicles, which is really interesting. And most people who drive gas cars, it's hard for them to conceptualize what that looks like, that they don't have to get any oil changes. They're very simple design. Electric vehicles are very simple design. So that's great as well. And I also want to mention there's a lot of incentives, especially at the state level, for people who are in our lower income communities. So that really helps to bring down the price of the car. And we've helped a lot of people do that. So, it would be great to learn more about those incentives.
That is amazing. I always am excited about resources, because as a public health nurse and an educator, I'm always about getting people to their resources. So where can people who are watching this interview right now, where can they go to get more information?
Yep. So this nonprofit collaboration that we are part of is rideanddriveclean.org. And we have a whole bunch of webinars, including one that's bilingual in Spanish and English, and really goes through in detail the incentives that are available. We also offer a workshop for people who live in apartments or condos and how they can get started in electric. We now have, with the pandemic now allowing us to have some in-person events, we also offer some car shows and even some test drives. So we're really about helping people move from their gas car to electric and explaining how you do that. There's a lot of details. So we're really happy to provide those educational resources.
That is so exciting, Carleen. I'm definitely, leaving this interview with more information than I had before. And I feel like I'm a pretty informed person, and I'm definitely going to go to the website and check out those resources. So I want to say thank you very much for joining me today and taking the time to answer these questions and clarify your research and share with us what Cool the Earth does.
Brandy, thanks so much. And, back at you. Your work in public health and educating is just absolutely critical. And climate change and health are intertwined. There's no separating them. So it's really important that we address all of these issues and make sure that we're bringing everybody along in this transition. So thanks so much.
Thank you.